Okay, hey Jeff, and welcome to my prezi. Back to the drawing board, planning educational technology into America's classrooms. So what is the big idea behind EdTech planning? Well, the end-all aim is to integrate technological advancements into the classroom for better student learning. 4 questions will guide this presentation on EdTech planning. What plans? Who makes them? What is planned? And do they even work? But before we can really dive into the topic of planning, the stage must first be set. As mentioned before, the overarching goal while planning for technology in classrooms is to empower student success. So plans are made to make whatever is already going on in America's classrooms better. EdTech planners are faced with the challenge of how to seamlessly include emerging technology into the already functioning classroom. Though it may not appear so at first glance, this topic has many complexities attached. So who is making these plans? Superintendents, district staff, and principals are usually the ones to plan what technology enters the classroom. They make the buying decisions in the procurement process, which is essentially the way that schools acquire goods and services. On a national level, the U.S. Department of Education creates plans that govern each district's individual and subjective tech strategies. Teachers, however, are not involved in these planning matters. One common method of practice that many states and school districts partake in is creating a formal document that holds a long-term, detailed plan for what EdTech will be used in the corresponding classrooms. The overall goal in this plan is to transform American education learning in a way that is powered by technology. These long-term goals are a way for districts, states, and even nations to show that they are making motions towards adaptive education that include the technology we see in our daily lives. It seems like an impossible feat, planning for future technologically savvy classrooms with uncreated gadgets that possess yet to be fathomed technological advancements. The notion that one would publish a concrete plan on how to integrate electronic innovations that don't even exist as of right now may be daunting, but oddly enough, it has been done, and many times at that. Schools everywhere are very aware that new enterprises are popping up all the time ready for classroom use. And yet they still manage to find a way to make a future projectile plan for what will enter their building. But the question remains, how far into the future can they really see? The National Education Technology Plan, titled Transforming American Education, Learning Powered by Technology, governs all EdTech plans made by public school districts. Plans are made for applying the advanced technologies used in our daily personal and professional lives to our entire education system. The main thing this document provides are planned goals. The main goals for EdTech are to improve student learning, accelerate and scale up the adoption of effective practices, and use data and information for continuous improvement. With the national incentive, this picture sums up what many teachers feel. The disciplinary chalkboard reads, "I will integrate technology into my curriculum." Schools draft documented plans of action for the future of their technologically advanced classrooms in order to show that they are keeping in step with the new and evolving regulations and expectations. But in the end, isn't technology just technology? How can planning decisions have all that much of an effect on student learning? Some believe that once a gadget or a game enters the classroom, the teacher has every opportunity to use it as an effective learning tool. We arrive at 3 main problems once we closely examine EdTech planning. While each one is different, they are all interconnected and affect administrators, teachers, and students alike. The first problem comes from the lack of teacher involvement in the planning process. When teachers are handed hard-to-use or inapplicable technology that was planned into the curriculum, they are still expected to make use of it. The ones who are actually supposed to facilitate technology productivity don't have a say as to what future planning takes place, which more often than not turns into wasted class time and frustrated students and staff. The second problem we find is that plans usually aren't based on any research. EdTech is a relatively new concept to classrooms, and all the products and programs being released right now are sometimes untouched and untested. Not only does education staff receive no information research on projected results, but also the creators don't have any research to create the EdTech off of. Because of these issues, planning can be messy. The third problem has to do with the very format of future planning. Plans are very goal-oriented, void of specific implementations, and do not guide any buying decisions whatsoever. They outline the type of learner that technology should empower, but never specify just what steps must be planned out in order to actualize such goals. This becomes a big problem in planning, because schools don't know what strategy to forecast. The development of a long-range strategic district technology plan that adequately addresses prescribed planning criteria grants districts the eligibility to participate in certain federal technology initiatives and grant programs. This incentive means that principals will go along with these vague goal-oriented plans and present frustrated teachers with tech plans that don't always transfer well into the classroom. Now, although there are many ways that a school can go about planning for EdTech, there's only one hope: that whatever technologies is implemented will help students become better learners.